make some noise for your amazing host.
What's up everyone, my name is Joelle and I'm your online host today, and I'm so excited you're here because we have a lot in store for you. You guys, we're gonna get into a fun pre-show video, we're gonna do some worship together and get into a Bible story. You guys, buckle up, it's gonna be so much fun.
Ready? And go. What's up guys? So today we are going to be trying out a VR game. I have basically 60 seconds to explain it to Chris, and then Chris has 3 minutes to play the game and 1 minute to review it. So Zach, how much time do I have?
We got 4 minutes and 45 seconds left.
Okay, so I have, wait, so have you played VR
Time's
before?
running out!
Have you played VR before?
What's VR?
Well, good job, Chris. What are we playing today, Zach?
Okay, so today we're playing, it's gonna be Job Simulator.
Velvet Running.
Yes. No. It's
Virtual reality.
Job Simulator.
Oh, you have 30 seconds, by the way.
Okay. Job Simulator. It is about a future where there are no more humans and there's only these silly little robots, and they don't understand humans anymore. So what they're doing is they're simulating jobs from the past, things that we do now, in order to understand what we were like back in the past.
I have no idea what you said.
Alrighty,
There's
great.
10 seconds. Chris, put your headset on. We're gonna be able to see everything Chris does on this screen, and we'll let you know, and you'll see it too. 2, 1, Chris, go.
Where are my hands?
Go!
There are my hands.
You have 3 minutes, dude.
I have an auto hands.
Ooh, Chris. Wait, what did that say? Auto mechanic? What'd you just do?
I'm gonna take an auto mechanic.
Okay. What?
Pull lever to job.
I'm gonna pull lever to job.
Pull lever to job. So, like, did you say aliens or something? Or like
No, these are robots in the future.
Hit this button.
These are robots in the future.
Chris, you've literally done nothing yet.
I know.
I think
It says hit that
No,
button.
I was just talking about
Do you have
life,
to?
not the...
Oh, I think maybe you have to pick up that cartridge.
Hello, Jimmy. You've worked the 9 to 5, but are you ready for infinite overtime?
So you have the auto mechanic cartridge in right now.
Yeah, I want to be an auto mechanic in real life.
Okay.
How am I doing this?
Chris, turn around, look up.
Hold on there. You gotta know how to get back here. You don't want to get lost in a virtual reality.
Okay.
Hit this button to come
So
back.
far, Chris has wasted 60 seconds on pulling one lever.
I think he's telling you what to do right there.
Yes, I'm pressing the button.
Nailed it.
Guys, I'm having some trouble.
Just keep pulling the lever. Chris, do you need an adult?
Maybe.
I am an adult.
What?
I need a
I am
better.
an adult. Wait, there's a cartridge on the ground.
Yeah,
Look at the
there's
ground.
multiple
Well, there's. I
cartridges
put
on the
this
ground.
one in here.
Take it out then. Just point at it. Chris, why do you have gloves on, dude?
I don't know.
Why do you are you like afraid of... Oh, Chris, did you see that?
Yeah,
What does it say? What does it say? Store
Store clerk.
Do it. It says...
Alright.
Why did you throw it? Why did you throw it?
Guys, I really don't know how to do this.
Chris, you didn't do anything. Okay, pick up... Yeah.
Okay.
Just throw him, Chris.
This
Okay,
one's for
guys.
my uncle.
Chris has literally... Chris
Guys, please, can I get like a redo or something?
No, dude, you have 60 seconds left.
Oh, what? Really? Oh no! 60 seconds to free humanity.
Chris, why would you throw that at your boss? Also, why is your boss wearing a computer who has a red tie on?
I need more ammunition.
How do we get the game to start?
I don't know.
I think there are
I've
a minimum.
literally never played this before.
There are a minimum 200 kids watching this video right now that are screaming, "Pull that! Spush that button!"
They probably know exactly what to do, Chris.
Hit this button.
Chris, you have 30 seconds.
Time to
Very
jump.
quiet in this room.
Okay, guys, can I get like 3 more minutes? I figured it out.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, you have 20 seconds, Chris. He has 20
You
seconds.
have 1 minute.
Hello, human. This is an accurate simulation of auto mechanic.
Okay, you got 10 seconds, Chris.
Decor time.
Do it, Chris. Oh, you're like, oh, nice. 3, 2, 1.
I need tires.
And stop.
Sorry, my friend. Sorry.
Okay, Chris, what's your reveal? You have 50 seconds.
I didn't free humanity, so I think that this game would get a terrible score from me.
Chris.
I can't see without my glasses, so the graphics are 0 out of 10.
That's why it took you 3 minutes to get to the game.
What'd you do to get to the game, by the way?
There was a button I had to press. I thought I was pressing it, but I didn't actually press the button. So also 0 out of 10. There were no humans, so 10 out of 10. I had a lot of really good fun with my new robot overlords. So yeah, it was awesome. Couldn't eat anything, 0 out of 10.
Yeah. Did you go to the restroom?
Yes.
Yes, you did. In the game?
No. 10 out of 10 for that one.
We have 10 seconds left. Guys, that was awesome.
There were no dogs left.
Chris did nothing, so we'll see you next time on another round of VR.
And I'll never free humanity!
You guys, that pre-show video was so much fun. Next, we're gonna dive into a time of worship and sing some songs together. And then after that, we're gonna hear from the Bible story.
In this life there are many things, like big houses and diamond rings, but nothing compares to you. Like my phone and my video games, I like them both, but they're not the same, 'cause nothing compares to you. And nothing replaces you. Are there any gods like you, God? No, no, no. There are no gods like you, God. No, no, no. You are wonderfully holy and amazingly powerful. And you do great miracles. Are there any gods like you, God? No, no, no. There are no gods like you, God. No, no, no. You are wonderfully holy and amazingly powerful. And you do great miracles.
No other God can split the sea. No other God gets capital G. Other gods are made of sticks and stones, but you're the only God that's on the throne. You're the only God who gave life to me, and the only one who died for me. Nothing compares to you. Nothing compares to you.
Are there any gods like you, God? No, no, no. There are no gods like you, God. No, no, no. You are wonderfully holy and amazingly powerful. And you do great miracles. Are there any gods like you, God? No, no, no. There are no gods like you, God. No, no, no. You are wonderfully holy and amazingly powerful. Yeah, there are no gods beside you. There are no gods beside you. There are no gods beside you. Nothing compares to you. Are there any gods like you, God? No, no, no. There are no gods like you, God. No, no, no. You are wonderfully holy and amazingly powerful. So powerful. And you do great miracles. Are there any gods like you, God? No, no, no. There are no gods like you, God. No, no, no. You are wonderfully holy and amazingly powerful. And you do great miracles.
Only the Lord gives wisdom, knowledge and understanding come from Him. Only the Lord gives wisdom, knowledge and understanding come from Him.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of our podcast, Beyond Bounds, where we're looking at the miracles of Jesus. I'm Mr. Coyote, and today we're going to do a science experiment that's going to blow your mind. We're making elephant toothpaste. We'll be back to this in a minute, but first, we're going to look at a little boy and some tiny fish and see how Jesus' power provides for us in huge ways. His power is incredible, and he uses it to bend heaven and earth just to be with us. So let's jump in and go beyond bounds. So I know you've met our wonderful crew before, but I want to introduce them again. We have Mrs. Coyote here sharing our story.
Hey guys.
And we have Chris Merrill over there doing all of our sound design.
I gotta go potty.
Okay, you'll just have to hold it, Chris. But right now, guys, we have a couple special guests that I want to welcome, and that is Xander and Zoe, brother and sister. Guys, Chris needs your help with some sound design as well. So, Zoe, I need you to say this. Where can we buy all this bread?
Where can we find all this bread?
Perfect. Xander, your next sound is, we don't have enough money to feed them. Right in the mic.
We don't have enough money to feed them.
And Zoe, here's the last sound that I need from you. It's, this isn't enough food.
This is not enough food.
All right. Is that good, Chris?
Yeah.
Can you run through some of those sounds for us? And kids, come on over here.
Find all this bread. Where can we find all this bread? We don't have enough money to feed them.
And I think we're ready. So Kelly, take it away.
So our story begins, and Jesus and his disciples are hanging out by the Sea of Galilee. Can you guys say the Sea of Galilee?
The Sea of Galilee.
Great job. So anyways, they've been hanging out. They've been walking around for a really long time, and they actually climb up a hill, up onto a mountain, and they sit there and they hang out just like that. And they're a little bit tired. What do you guys look like when you're tired? Sleepy. Well, anyways, they're a little bit tired. They're sitting on the side of a mountain, and a huge crowd of people follows them up there. So the grumpy disciples say, Jesus, can you send these people away and have them go get dinner somewhere so that we can just have a break? Now, Jesus had a plan. Do you guys want to know what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, so Philip actually comes up to Jesus. That's one of his disciples, and he says to Jesus,
Where can we find all this bread?
Now, Jesus knows exactly what's going to happen, and he actually wanted to test Philip to see how big his faith was. So Philip said to him,
We don't have enough money to feed them.
So it sounds like Philip was pretty worried, right?
Yeah.
He thought it was going to be impossible to feed the crowds because he was depending on his own work. But Luke 18:27 says, what is impossible for people is possible with God. See, Jesus' power provides for us.
You guys, that's right. We never have to worry because God is powerful. Show me how powerful he is. Oh, so many good muscles. That's great. And you guys, he can do things beyond our wildest imagination. He can do some pretty amazing things. And he created everything. You guys, he created everything. Does that mean he created you? And you and me and everybody here, so he can provide anything that we need.
Okay, so listen up. We're going to jump back into our story, but are you ready to jump into our science experiment?
Yes.
Okay, so our science experiment is making elephant toothpaste. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to pour my yeast into our container right here. And I'm going to pour some very hot water, about 3 tablespoons of hot water into our yeast right here. And we're going to mix it up. Right.
Don't burn it.
1, 2,
3.
And now I'm going to mix that up. And while this is mixing up, let's jump back into our story.
Yep.
All right, you guys, so we left off where Philip and Jesus are talking, and there is a huge crowd of people, and everyone's so hungry. So then there's a disciple named Andrew. Can you guys say Andrew?
Andrew.
And he actually meets a little boy who may have been like your age. And he came over with a basket, and inside of his basket was
bread and fish.
You know the story.
Oh, nailed it.
Do you know how many loaves of bread he had?
5.
He had 5 pieces of bread, and he had 2 fish.
Way to go.
And so the disciple says,
This is not enough food.
So this is when we find out, do you know how many people were here on the side of the mountain hanging out?
25.
25 people. There were 5,000 boys.
Awesome.
And even more girls and even more kids. So there may have been 20,000 people hanging out there.
20,000?
I've never even seen that many people in my whole life. So, do you guys pray before dinner sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jesus did the same thing. He gathered everyone around, he said prayer, and then he said, hey, disciples, come over here and help me pass out the food. So remember, we've got how many pieces of bread?
5.
And how many pieces of fish?
2.
So the disciples go, okay, Jesus, I guess we'll start passing out the food. And you want to know the amazing thing that happened?
Yes.
As they started passing out the food, there was enough food to feed all of those people. Only God can make something from nothing. And we saw that in the story when Jesus made more food out of only 5 pieces of bread and 2 fish. Now, you guys, God can take care of us. Jesus takes care of the things that we need from matter. And you guys, we can have, remember that big faith? We can have big faith to know that Jesus will always take care of us.
Yep.
That is true. Now, we're going to stop our story for just a second because we got to do the second part of our experiment. Are you ready? So the second part, this is actually, do not do this without an adult. An adult needs to do this. So this is hydrogen peroxide, and we need to put half a cup of hydrogen peroxide into our bottle. Now, the next thing that we're doing is we need to put 8 drops of food coloring. Okay, and then we're going to put, the last thing is 1 full tablespoon of dish soap. And let's shake it. Now, while that's shaking, let's jump back into our story.
All right, you guys. So remember where we left off. Jesus just made enough food for all the people in the crowd. Okay, so everyone had eaten everything they wanted to. So Jesus told his disciples, hey, disciples, why don't you guys go pick up the leftovers? Oh, you guys, Jesus made enough food that there was actually more food left over.
It's a miracle.
Oh, that's amazing. So Jesus sent his disciples out and he said, bring me back all the leftover food. And do you guys know what the disciples came back with? They came back with 12 full baskets of food. That's how much food was left over. Now, you guys, when the crowd saw this, they knew for sure that Jesus was the Savior and the prophet and the Son of God, and they had been waiting for him, and they were so excited that he was here.
This story is such a good example of how we can depend on Jesus for everything, because Jesus is God. And not only will he give us what we need, like the food in this story, but he'll give us more than we could imagine, just like the baskets of leftovers.
You guys, Jesus' power, remember his power? Let me see his power. His power provides more than enough for us. All that we have to do, you guys, is trust. Can you guys say trust?
Trust.
We just have to trust that he's got us.
Okay, that is the end of our story, which means we need to finish our science experiment. Now we have our 2 components, and basically I just have to put the yeast into this bottle of soapy water, and we'll see what the elephant toothpaste looks like. Now, I'm gonna put my glasses on for safety reasons. Xander, what do you think is gonna happen when I put the dish soap and the yeast?
It's gonna turn into toothpaste.
Into toothpaste? Chris, what do you think is gonna happen?
I've never brushed my teeth before or used toothpaste, so I have no idea how this is gonna turn out.
Thank you, Chris, for that story. Okay, kids, are you ready? Are you guys ready?
Well, I'm ready. Helga, are you ready? Well, we're gonna test out our elephant toothpaste outside because it can be pretty messy. Count it down with me. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Oh my goodness. It's still going. That is awesome. Helga, what do you think? Definitely don't brush your teeth with this.
Guys, wasn't that awesome? That was so cool. Have you ever seen something explode that big before? Now, guys, that was a great story that we just heard. Seeing that Jesus has power over literally everything. He fed more than 5,000 people with essentially nothing. He's totally in charge of this whole universe, and he loves you more than anyone on the planet. When someone that powerful loves you the way Jesus does, you can completely depend on them. Jesus knows what's going on in your life, and he will always come through for you, even if it's in a way you would never expect it. Like the disciples with the fish and loaves. So remember, God's power will provide for you. He bends heaven and earth to be with you. In Luke 18:27, Jesus replied, "Whatever is impossible for people is possible for God." So here's the challenge. How will you get real about depending on God today? That's it for this episode. As always, thank you to my special guests, Xander and Zoe. Love you guys. Great job. I'm Mr. Coyote signing off with Mrs. Coyote.
Bye, guys.
And see you, Chris.
Adios.
We'll see you next time for Beyond Bounds.
You guys, I've had a blast today being your online host. Now, don't forget, there's so much more for you to do at home on sandalskids.tv. You guys, thanks so much for choosing us, and I'll see you next week.